On this edition of Fly Fish TV, we venture to Manitoba, Canada, and a stretch of the Winnipeg River where early season pike are on the prowl. Our host is exotic angling expert Jeff Currier of Victor, Idaho, and he joins local fly fishing mentor Stu Thompson in hopes of finding some early season northerns. We have arrived on the Winnipeg at the very end of May, an ideal time to hunt big fish, but a chilly front has heightened the challenge. Fortunately, our guide knows these waters well and understands how to entice at least a few of these piscatorial prizes from their lives. In our tying segment, Stu stays with us to craft his Weedmans Slider. It's a gaudy affair that can be fished either on top or subsurface. Many of Thompson's patterns are commercially produced, and this one is no exception, having proved its worth often on a variety of fresh and saltwater species.
Close the deal. As far as line goes, I'm fishing deeper than you. I'm fishing a type 5 sinking line on my 8-weight. And I'm getting down there. My retrieves probably come through the water 3 to 4 feet down, which I think on a day like today might be a pretty good idea.
You know what? If I don't get any hits on this topwater, I may have to change. But I'm a diehard. I love pike coming up to the surface. You're just a great fish. Surface sight, oh man, they're an exciting fish if you can get them to come up. So I'm going to keep on trying this for a while.
You and me both, Stu. I'm a fanatic of topwater, and I'm kind of hoping that starts working before mine does, just so I can switch to the topwater. But like you say, this isn't the best weather for topwater fishing.
Okay, Jeff, I decided to start with the Weedmans Slider. It's a topwater fly that I tie in black, hoping that the pike are going to be up close to the shoreline and shallows. And I know you've had a couple hits, so what are you using?
I am using a baby perch imitation. It's a streamer about a size 2/0. It's about 3 inches long, so it's not particularly big when you come to fishing for pike terms anyway. But it's kind of green on top. It's got a real light colored, kind of a light yellow bottom, and I drew some stripes on with a magic marker this morning to make it look a little bit like a perch. I don't know if that really makes a whole lot of difference, but it's kind of fun fishing something that looks very much like a bait fish.
Yeah,
and I have had a few strikes. I just haven't been able to close the deal.
First fish I ever caught on a fly rod, and that's when I was about 11, was a pike. And believe it or not, the second fish was a walleye.
No kidding.
It was caught, and I can still remember the fly. It was a great little streamer. It was a white marabou, black chenille body, and 2 black hackles running down the side. And I thought, well, I'll give this a try, and I tied the fly up the winter before, put it out, boom, fish. And that hooked me for the rest of my life. I've been fly fishing now. I'll be 49. I started tying when I was actually 10, just before I turned 11. So I've been doing this for about 39 years. And it's just been awesome. Every year has been excellent. It's been a lot of fun. And I'll never give it up. Any fish is going to eat aquatic insects. You know, you look at it, 95% of the fish's diet is underneath the surface of the water. So what else is underneath the surface of the water?
Exactly.
The mayflies, stoneflies, caddisflies, all the bait fish, leeches. And people get in one frame of mind, and all I want to do is just fly fish trout. And that's a mistake.
It is a mistake because they're all fun to catch.
Oh, big time. Okay, Earl, yeah, if we can go into this back bay in here. Now watch, because there's some rocks, shallow rocks on the left-hand side here.
We are actually fishing the river about 50 miles from Winnipeg in a Manitoba provincial park. A series of hydro projects makes it a maze of backwaters and runs all the way east to the city. There is no doubt you better know what you're doing if you're going to navigate these boulder-strewn waters. Stu Thompson invited his friend Earl Allen along for the thankless task of boat handling. Earl's short appearances in this production don't begin to repay him for the great job he did of keeping the anglers in position in varying currents, while avoiding obstacles and taking instruction from numerous parties. It really allowed Jeff and Stu to concentrate on angling, or at least talking about angling.
You know, Stu, I think one of the biggest reasons people don't all fish for pike with a fly rod is because you got to use wire for pike, and a lot of folks don't realize that you can fish wire on a fly rod just like you do a spin rod. All you got to do is get a piece of it, and I like to buy my wire coiled up, you know, stranded wire, about 20 to 25 pound. Put an Albright to my monofilament on the top, and then do a figure 8 knot to my fly. You know, I put about 12 to 14 inches, which is probably more than I need, but it allows me to make several changes. And it's just as easy as tying on a fly to regular mono anyway, once you get the hang of the knots, which will take you a whopping 5 minutes to master. Real simple.
You know what? I've been using that system for about 16, 17 years. I was fortunate enough to have Lefty Cray show me the figure 8 knot. It took me 2 seconds to learn it from him. And he said that's the only knot he uses for wire when he's out pike fishing. So if it's good enough for Lefty, it's good enough for just about anybody in the world.
Well, and there's another knot that works real well too, and that's the twist melt. So,
Yep.
you know, if you already fish pike and you have a knot you use on your spin rod, whatever it is, go ahead and just use it for a fly rod. You'll be fine.
Oh, for sure. And people are missing the boat when they don't try for pike. They're an exciting, exciting game fish. But this is just gorgeous water to fish. Kind of overcast, cloudy. Oh, it was raining earlier today.
There's a, what do you call him? Come on, buddy. Nope. She's not
the
big, but
biggest.
it's a little bit of action, right?
Yeah, you got that right.
Come on in here, fella. Oh, you like baby perch. Just about the time I was going to take it off. Boy, there's those teeth. Doesn't matter whether they're big or small. They get some good teeth on them, Stu. I got lucky here. I got them right in the corner of the mouth. You know, Stu, the best thing about the province of Manitoba is that you're required to use barbless. You see how easy that hook comes out. But the fact that the fly comes out so easy, it's easy on me. I didn't damage my fly too bad. I didn't damage the fish at all. And the fish is going to have a chance to grow big.
And that law has come in. It's about 8 or 9 years old right now. And I wish I would have done it about 15 years ago. Because when you're out fishing, it's a pain to get that barbed hook out of the fish. It takes too long. And you keep that fish out of the water, everybody knows you keep it out too long, it's a dead fish.
No, I knew I had some weed there. I thought maybe just a little bit bigger fly might help there. So we gave it a try. Come on, guy. Well, he's not big again, but we'll take him. Oh, you gotta love the barbless hook. Came off right there. Just lifted him up a little. Yeah, the old weed got attached. I cast it into the weeds, added about 6 inches to the size of my fly, and had a fish come out and look at it right away. So maybe it's time for me to put my 3-inch fly away and get a big boy on there.
It could be. That's why I switched over.
Did you just put a big boy on?
Yeah, I put a yellow Weedman on, so hopefully a little bit brighter color.
Good. Well, we'll see how you do.
Yeah. But if you notice, I'm still using my sink tip. Now I used the black Weedman as a slider before, and you can see how easily that gets pulled under the surface of the water.
Right.
Still throws a lot of disturbance.
I thought that right where your fly just landed, when I was there a second, I thought I had a bump, but it wasn't like a pike bump, and I had nothing following my fly, so maybe it was one of your smallmouth. I kept stripping along, and it didn't hit again.
Yeah, smallmouth tend to do that. They only hit once. Pike will always come back, and if they want something, nothing's going to stop them. You know what? When this water's low, there's a rock in the middle here. When you go along this shoreline, around to that weed bed in there, it's just loaded. And Earl, I'm swearing you to secrecy here. This is going to be on tape. Secrecy.
No one else is gonna know?
You tell anybody, you're going to be dead 10 times. Not just once, 10.
Stu, you don't have to worry about me giving up this spot. If I remember correctly, you guys stuck me in the back of a van this morning. Couldn't see out any of the windows the whole way here for an hour and a half because of the pouring rain. I might as well have been blindfolded, which is exactly what I do to people when I take them to my favorite spots back in Idaho. So I can relate, and you don't have to worry about me saying a word.
There's only a few people I trust, and Jeff, you're one of them.
Good.
Earl is another one, that's why he's here. Oh, you missed him.
He was right there? Darn
You
it.
followed your fly and you picked it. Remember, tease your fly.
You're right. Trying to keep a little too much fly line out there to make my next cast instead of watching. You ought to come back. Where are you? Get ready, Stu. You gotta be
There we go.
There you go. Nice work. It's always good to have a good cleanup man on board. The ones I screw up, you can get.
Well, sometimes. That's not too bad. Not the biggest pike in the world.
Need the jaw spreader?
Nope.
In the corner.
Get my pliers. And there you go. Nice little pike. And he has a bite mark right here, you can see that. So something much bigger was after this guy. There he goes. Well, Jeff, it only took, what, a couple hours for me to get my first one?
Now the skunk is truly out of the boat, and we're really going to clean up now.
Well, this is what I call a Pearl Days Highlander, this fly. It's made with Icelandic sheep, and since it's a natural hair, it mats after you catch a fish, because the fish's teeth will bite into it, mat it, but as you can see, it's not that hard to straighten out. No body on it, big eyes on it.
Stu, what are your favorite colors for pike flies?
Well, you know what? There's so many different colors that you can use. You have a limitless amount of choices. My personal favorites are white, red, and black, tied up once I get this fly in here, if the wind stops blowing, tied up in a streamer like this.
Oh yeah.
I also really like white, yellow, and black. Now what that does, that imitates the dace minnows that we have in this province. And I find the color red will actually trigger more hits from pike than anything else. So I'm a firm believer, a little bit of red on your fly is going to do wonders when you're pike fishing. But not only that, you have to remember one other thing. Pike are sight feeders. They target on a specific area on a bait fish, and that's usually the eyes. So when a pike hits, small walleye, the forage fish, they'll come up, hit right behind the eye. So you design your fly so where the eye is, close to the eye of the hook, the pike will come up, hit right at the hook. You won't have any short hits, short strikes whatsoever. I tie some of my flies about 7-8 inches long, put eyes on them, and I use that same length of shank of hook that I have right there.
Good fish. Going by the
You
motor.
got him?
Yeah, he feels a lot better. Whoa, we're getting some line take. Whoa, baby.
This is the one we were looking for, I think, Jeff.
Let's hope so. Whoa. Tell you, persistence. Keep throwing it in there is all you can do. Day like today.
That's going to be a good fish.
Yeah, he feels like he's going to be a good one.
Could be looking at
The
a
moment of suspense, you know, you're waiting to see him.
I bet you any money you're going to be looking close to 40 inches. And he hasn't even come up yet.
No, he's getting close to the surface though. We're going to see him in a second here. Oh boy, yeah, he's a nice one. He's a beaut. Do you want to net this, Stu?
Yeah,
or
we should net this fish. Let me get up to the front of the boat with you and we'll...
Okay. Yeah, he's a dandy.
Just slide back here. Okay, that's what we've been looking for. Awesome fish. So that's not too bad. There we go.
Got him?
Oh, he's gone. He swam. I can't believe he swam back out.
Tell me when you get him, Stu, because I can't see when I...
Okay, keep on leading him. There he comes.
Got him?
Yeah, he's not going anywhere this time. So that's a really, really nice fish. That's what we were looking for, bud. Barbless hook. Pops right out. That's a good...
That there is a real nice fish on the fly rod, boy. I tell you.
Awesome job, bud.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
you're in your honey hole. Well, let's get this baby back in the water. He's a dandy though, boy. I can feel the weight on him.
Yeah, you're looking at a good 17, 18 pounds of fish there.
No.
Nah, that's okay. We'll get him. I don't want to keep him out of the water too. But he's a dandy.
So you're looking at about 39, 40 inches of fish right there, Jeff. Took off. You're looking at about 39, 40 inches of fish. Weight-wise, you're looking, that was a healthy fish. So you're looking at about 23 pounds.
Wow.
So that, awesome, just awesome. There's more in here than that one.
Yeah, I'm not giving up. Don't worry.
Let's
The
get
day
back
is
at
early.
her, man. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Boy, you're gonna owe me for this one. There's days where I do 30 of those fish in here a day. And I'm not kidding you. Without a word of a lie, this is probably one of my best pike spots that I ever fish. And I catch lots of those fish in here. So I am spoiled. I can go up north and catch bigger fish, but man, down here it's more of a challenge. You never know what you're gonna get. You could get snot rockets, hammer handles, snakes, or in that case, that was a gator. Well worth the effort.
Stu?
Yeah.
So in the spring you find the pike up in these bays, but what do you do later on in the summer?
Later on in the summer, big pike act like lake trout. They always look for a cool place to be. 53 to 55 Fahrenheit is the water temp. So you're going to be fishing anywhere from 15 to 30 feet down for the big pike. You can take them. It's quite a bit harder to take them at that depth than it is up close to the surface. But I'll tell you something, they put up one heck of a fight. Cold water pike are just phenomenal on a fly rod.
So water temperature is a crucial part of pike fishing, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. If you don't have the right temperature, you might as well go home and stay there. It's not worth coming out. Temperature has to be right on for the big pike. Not only for the spawning, but in post-spawn, for those pike to become aggressive. You just have to have the right temperature. If you don't have it, like I said, you can waste 3 or 4 days of fishing time just by casting over unproductive water. So it's always wise to take a thermometer with you, a stream thermometer, or if you have sonar units that shows temperature, you can take the surface temperature of the water, and if it's sitting between 53 to 58, preferably right at 55, then you should be able to get some big pike.
When you said I just missed one a second ago, did I have one on my...
No, I did.
Oh. There we go.
There we go.
Found us a little nest there, Stu.
It's a littler guy, but still, nice fight.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I love the sound of a hardy reel, don't you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I noticed you brought out some pretty fancy equipment there.
But every once in a while I'll bring this out just for memories and,
Sure.
you know, use it once in a while. But of course they don't make them anymore, so it's, I don't use it all that often. There's nothing like a hardy reel. Okay, this is gonna be a jaw spreader guy.
Okay, it's coming.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic tool, that jaw spreader. Saves
Can't go
many
pike
fingers
fishing
and many
without
a
it.
pike.
Oop.
There we go.
I just have to reach over here.
You know, I think the fish are waking up a little bit this afternoon, Stu.
Yeah, it's
And I
not
can
too
tell
bad.
you by the way that fish you got took and the way this one took, they're inhaling it now.
There we go.
Get open up a little bit, Philip. Oh, shoot. We have no jaw spreader anymore. That's... I can't believe it, Stu. It's starting to rain.
See, I'm going to blame you for this because you said it quit raining.
Oh, yes, he's right on top, too. The major bunker, big eye bait fish.
Oh, jeez, I hate that.
I don't think it's too
Nothing
big.
wrong with that.
I'm gonna say it's not too big. You know, I've just noticed I've got a little blood coming out of my finger. It means it's a good day. So believe it or not, it's a lot easier to cast than when I was casting, and I was getting in a little casting slump, and I thought I'd do us all a favor and make a switch for a little while before somebody ended up knocked out of the boat. It's a good fly, though.
First cast on that choked chicken.
It was an instinctive change. I'm fishing like Vladdy. Oh, you would have to swallow it when we don't have the spreader anymore. You just had to swallow it.
I might have to put it in.
Yeehaw! You know there's one in there. I'm a fanatic of topwater pike. What's the best month if I want to come back to Manitoba and fish some topwater stuff for pike?
If you want to do topwater, as soon as the season opens, which is about mid-May, that's always a fantastic time for topwater, as long as the water temperature is there. Then later on in the fall time, mid-October, end of October, you can get the topwater action for pike would be just unbelievable.
Really?
That time of year, yeah.
You're tempting me, I'll tell you.
Oh,
It's the nice thing about fishing in a cold, rainy day. You got your bib on.
yeah, well, I'll tell you. We're out here, we're nice and warm. It could be a little nicer outside, but
He's a little better, but only a little. Oh yeah. Catch fish like that all day, I'd be a happy man. Oh yeah. Pretty boy. Whoa, buddy. Thought he was going to take me with him. Wrestling match. That's what I get for landing him so fast. Oh well. I've been slimed. I'm ready for more of it.
Is this a good distance from shore for you?
Fantastic.
Yeah. There's going to be more pike in here, Jeff.
Yeah.
Not just these little snot rockets that we're getting right now. There's going to be some big fish.
Yeah, I'm expecting Big Daddy to come out of here.
Yeah, look at that, look at the head.
Starting to wonder if I'm really here or not, because there's a piece of blue sky.
Yeah.
Did I go home and I don't know it, and you guys are getting some nice weather all of a sudden?
And now comes the rain again.
Yep. I said the word blue sky, and that was it. I reminded the area that I was still in the area. Stu, do you do some guiding for pike?
Sometimes I will, yeah. It's, you know, with my schedule, I really have to watch the time that I allow to guiding. If people want to come out for pike, it's a different style of fishing. Once in a while, I'll get a boat and rent a boat. Most of the time, what I'll do is I'll use belly boats or do wading for a big pike. And a lot of people don't like the patient style of fishing that it takes. But man, I'll tell you, the rewards are unbelievable. I've had guys come up to me and say, "Thank you, Stu, for the fish of a lifetime." They land a 40, 46-inch pike, first day out fly fishing pike, and they're hooked for life. They're confirmed fly fishaholics, and oh man, there's nothing I like more than getting people really into it.
Very satisfying when you teach someone a great new hobby like fly fishing.
Oh, big time. Then catching a fish.
Stu's got one. Use a fly rod and watch him go out and be successful. I bet you in the province of Manitoba, you've probably taught more people how to fly fish than anybody.
Well, you know what? You wouldn't believe how right that is. I've been instructing for over 20 years now, and the number of people that I've put through fly fishing, it really shocks you. I stop and look at the Manitoba Fly Fishers Association, and I bet you I taught 75 to 80% of those guys how to fly fish, and now they've come active in the field, great conservationists. You know, it's really satisfying to see that, and man, I'll tell you, this guy took it all the way down. Oh, good fish. Can you get it?
Keeping his mouth open.
Okay. Secret to getting their mouth open, so you don't really hurt the fish when you put your finger up under there. Still babies though. It's about a 5-6 pounder. You know what? I wouldn't doubt. Pike do crazy things.
Well, this certainly is a fantastic place to fly fish. You got more than just warm water species too. You got some trout here, don't you?
Yeah, you know what? We have one of the best stillwater fisheries in North America. There's no other place that I know of that you can come out And try for trout that are sitting at 27, 28, 29, 30 inches. They're huge. They average 2.5 to 3 pounds of growth per year. It's a great fishery. A lot of people can get started with trout. They can get started with pike. Doesn't matter what species of fish you go after, as long as you try fly fishing for them. It's great.
The Weedmans Slider is just a big, snaky attractor that will get the attention of any big predatory fish. Thompson likes it because it is not difficult to craft, and he is not afraid to fish it where he might not get it back.
And what you do is you have about 4 or 5 strands of crystal flash that you'll tie in as the first part of the tail. So you have your crystal flash. Now when you tie it in, you have to sort of gauge the amount of crystal flash you want past the bend of the hook, because you want it to match the length of the hair. So from experience, that's about the proper amount. You tie that in. Now you notice I left a big tag end here. What I do with this is I bring it back over and I lock it in. So there's no way that crystal flash is going to be pulled out. The next step in the fly is putting in your tail of Icelandic sheep. Now this is a 7-inch long material, and you may think that you're going to get short strikes from pike, but you never do. The pike will come up and charge right at the head of the fly. They usually grab, on the prey fish, they usually grab right behind the eye, which is right up close to the head. So I've never had a short strike on this fly at all. Take out some of the fluff. Trim the end square. And you tie that in. Now these are really strong wraps that I'm putting on this because the Kevlar is so strong. And there's your tail. Now, as you can see, the crystal flash matches the length of the tail. That's awesome. Get your yellow deer body hair. And you're going to notice I'm going to be putting on really big clumps. Now, if you practice this, you can do it. If you don't tie a lot of deer body hair flies, start off with a smaller clump and go from there and work your way to a clump about that size. The first clump that you're going to be putting on, put it on top of the hook shank, 2 loose wraps. And if you notice, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to push it around the hook. Pull down tight and it flares just perfect. Wrap your thread through the hair, comb everything back, and get ready for your next clump. This clump here, once you get rid of the under fur, and there's not too much in this deer body hair, you're going to hold on a 45-degree angle, 2 loose wraps. When you start to pull down tight, see the hair flare like that, you start to let go, and it just spins right around. Wrap your thread through the hair once again, and then you just repeat the process. Now this does look easy. It is very easy to do if you practice a little bit. And that's the whole secret about fly tying, is if you don't practice, you won't become very good. So that's why you tie a lot of flies, so you can use them while you go out fishing. Another clump, pull down tight. Now I don't use a hair packer, but I do use my thumb and forefinger. So with this, you have to have a little bit of faith in your vise. You're going to pack all this hair back, and you thought I was done, and it's not quite done yet. I got about half the shank of the hook to cover yet. So we'll do this rather quickly. Well, to right behind the eye of the hook. Okay, so there we go. Of course, the fly's not quite done yet because you have to trim it. Now, you're going to say this looks like an awful lot like a Dahlberg diver, and it's based on that design. When I was fly fishing muskie one day, I wanted a fly that I could get down really fast with my sinking line that would cut through the water really quick. So what I decided to do was just trim it a slightly different way than a Dahlberg diver. And the trimming doesn't take as long as what you think, because you don't have to be that neat with the trimming. All you're going to do, single edge razor blade, turn the fly upside down, just cut it flat on the bottom. Don't cut your thumbs. Trimming on the bottom is done. Turn it over, do the same thing on the top. Trimming is done on the top. Now I still wanted this fly to push some water. So what I did was I just triangulated the head. Just one side. Here's the other side, just neaten it up a little bit. And there is your Weedmans Slider. Now as you can see, it didn't take that long to tie. It's an easy fly to tie. I don't believe in tying really hard flies. And I do it in different colors as well. There's yellow that I use. Another top color for me is orange, which is a terrific little color. The black is probably my favorite because that was the first one that I tied up. And the last color that I tie it in is white. General baitfish color, excellent baitfish imitation, struggling baitfish on the surface. If you sink it down with a sinking line, it's a great baitfish imitation overall. This is a completed fly here, but there are some times when I do put eyes on it. Now to put the eyes on, all you have to do is just trim. Trim a spot for the eyes on each side. There you go, you get some goop. Now what I use is doll's eye. Clip the stem off with big nail clippers, drop a goop, eye is on there. I'll just hold it here so you can see what it looks like, but it's an awesome little fly.